So once again, last night I couldn't go to sleep because I was just staying up thinking about life and like, what's the point of it? Why are we all here? All that jazz. And I just want to share with you guys, I guess, what I came up with yesterday. I always come up with random ideas of why we're all on this blue dot of a thing called Earth. And then yesterday I was just came up with something different. Usually I think like, what's the point of life? Like, okay, maybe we're all here, like, not just to live like a happy life, but like if there is a creator of some sort, like whether you believe in God or the universe or some type of alien that just kind of created everything, if that is a possibility and there is someone watching or this is a simulation, instead of, because at one point I was thinking like, okay, maybe we're all just trying to kind of solve something. But then it's like, solve what? Like, what is there to solve? Like, how do we not get to the next level? Maybe get to the next level. I don't even know. But yesterday, I was just kind of thinking about how, if you look at our life, right? Like, there's math, and then there's like linguistics, art. Just, there's so many components to life. And we'll just start with math, right? Math, you constantly hear people say things like, oh, I wish life was just easy. Like, I wish life was just so much easier, like math, because math is so simple. Math is like 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4. It just seems like something like a universal language, basically, that everybody can agree upon. It just is what it is. So that life, if you think about it like that, in those terms, math, in the sense of math, is just easy. It's simple, right? But then all the other stuff, it's like all the painful things that humans go through, I personally think, is like outside of math, right? Like, you get into a relationship with someone and then they lie to you. Maybe they cheat on you, they hurt you. That's outside the scopes of math. And when you get pain from that, you don't really know how to deal. It's like, okay, if someone comes up to me and pokes me, do I just poke them back? Okay, if they poke me and I want to poke them back as revenge, or they, but then after I poke them, maybe they take my backpack. Maybe they take a green backpack of mine. But then what do I do next? What if they don't have a green backpack exactly for me to take? Then I do something else, right? Like, it's not math. When someone does something and you can't exactly do the same thing back, it's outside the scopes of math. It's no longer math. And you can't really calculate things like that. And I think that's when kind of karma comes into play. So I'm a firm believer in karma. I do think that, I know a lot of people don't believe in it, and they think, okay, if karma's real, then a lot of bad people wouldn't exist and be successful in doing a lot of bad things. But I do think that karma absolutely exists. It's just like, it doesn't show up right away, right? Like, I do something bad and all of a sudden I'm hit by lightning. Probably not like that. And if it were like that, then I think a lot more people would believe in karma. But anyways, so it got me into thinking, maybe all the complexities and all of the hardships in life, honestly, all of it, comes down to the fact that humans really can't solve it like a math problem, because it's too complicated, right? If I did something to you and you can't really, and you're not happy with what I did, and you can't really kind of give that right back to me. Maybe I borrowed $10 from you and I didn't get to pay you back because I died the next day or something, right? I don't know. And I'm no longer on this planet. And I can't pay you back. So then I owe you. But then how do you calculate that? How do you calculate the karma on that? All those things in life. And I think you could also see it in a scale of like with countries and what countries owe to each other. What one party did to another party many, many years ago. And that's just even harder to calculate because it's not even about one person. It's like a group of people, right? Like even if you just think about it like me and Bob and Kevin, minion characters. But like, let's say me, Bob, and Kevin, we all have very different lives. Maybe I'm the bad one, but Bob and Kevin are good people. But then I convinced Bob and Kevin, the three of us, we went and did something terrible to Jenny. And now Jenny's mad and Jenny will get her karma, but or she's trying to forgive us, but she doesn't know how. It's like all of these things are just so complicated. And if you factor in time, you factor in multiple people, or an organization where people are working for others, but they don't even know what they're doing. Like you're possibly doing the dirty work for maybe a large organization, a group of people, and you think you're doing the right thing, but maybe you're not doing the right thing. It's just, anyways, basically what I'm trying to say is that I just had this random thought that maybe if there is a point to life, what if one of the possibilities, and I have, again, so many theories on what the point of life is and why we're possibly here. These are just theories, ideas. But what if we are here because we have to solve problems? And the ultimate problem that we have to solve is really to find peace amongst ourselves as humans who make a lot of mistakes naturally. And how do we forgive each other? How do we just live peacefully? Like, imagine if there were no wars, there were no murderers, people were just chill and happy and lived well. Imagine if that somehow unlocks something, because that's like humans understanding how, well, I think math is hard, but how simple math can be, like as easy as you did this and therefore that. Basically apply math to the harder things in life that don't involve math, like relationships, like how we communicate to each other, like what's been done to each other. Yeah. I know it's really weird, but, and I'm not saying that I think 100% that if everything was perfect all of a sudden on this earth, that like, you know, all of a sudden we stop aging and stop getting sick, and then maybe, you know, we're just be these super beings. But it would be nice. That would be like an interesting result. Or even if there is no result, but the fact that humans can figure out a way to be at peace with each other by kind of using math to figure out karma and what's owed to each other, how to take care of things fairly as possible. Because I think like if we can look at math and be like, this plus this equals this, or you subtract this and equals that, why is it so hard to just kind of like come to terms with other things in life? It is hard because, like I said, with a lot of human relationships, sometimes when someone does something to you, it gets so complicated to calculate. And without forgiveness, without people taking a step back to try to make, I guess, things as balanced as possible, then you just end up fighting endlessly, and it doesn't really solve anything. It's just kind of like forever not trying to solve a math problem. I feel like that's what humans do. It's like we're just constantly, with a lot of things, like you're not trying to solve it. You're just like pretending to solve a problem, but you're not really doing it.